Good evening to all my wonderful viewers out there, and welcome back to our not so weekly podcast series, Sneakers and Stuff. The series, or the podcast series more specifically, where I talk about the biggest, recent, and upcoming releases in the sneaker, streetwear, and fashion world. In today's episode, episode 19, we're going to be covering some huge topics like Travis Scott and Dior collaborate for Dior's Spring-Summer 2022 collection. We've got that Kanye is suing Walmart. And we've also got that Fragment is collaborating with Jordan Brand for a apparel collection. These three topics and various other big releases are going to be covered in today's episode. Well, here it is, guys. I can't believe I'm saying it, but here's episode 19. I don't know if you can see at the top of the page, but I've put episode 19 Redux Cubed. I literally rewrote it 3 times before I could finally say it's up to date, it's ready to go, let's go. I'm hoping that I can do episode 20 this Saturday/Sunday so that I'm not super behind on it, but no promises because of how good my track record is with this stuff. Hopefully we can do it though, and hopefully I can get episode 20 out, and I will 100%, after this video is uploaded, start writing the episode. We gotta start writing it because I'm gonna get super behind on it. Anyway, here we are. So we're gonna be covering it in the 8 sections all of our other episodes have had as well. Got section 1, which is Sunday's Best Dressed. Normally this podcast series was planned to come out on a Sunday, and I was actually going to put some outfits together for you guys for each episode, and Sunday's Best Dressed was the dedicated part of the podcast where I would dress up in said outfit. It's still going to be that case today. I've still got an outfit from a long time ago that I recorded, and it'll be showcased in today's episode. There'll also be a time in the podcast for you guys your outfits on my IG, and then I can show them on the podcast if you guys are interested in doing that as well. Just send them to me and do hashtag Sunday's Best Dressed in our messages, and I can definitely feature you in the next episode. But anyway, moving into our section, which is Heat on My Feet, where I talk about a sneaker or shoe that I've recently been enjoying. Moving into section 3, we have Recent Pickups, where I talk about my recently picked up sneakers, streetwear, fashion, and jewelry. Moving into section 4, which is always the biggest section, we have Recent Releases, where I'll talk about the recent releases in the sneaker, fashion, and streetwear world. In this episode, we're going to only cover just the brands that we normally cover in this segment, because if I went through all the streetwear and fashion brands that released in the 2 months that I missed out on, we're gonna be here till the end of time. But anyway, that's section 4. It'll be covering, as I just alluded to, around about almost 2 months worth of releases. We move into section 5, which is streetwear, fashion, news, and rumors. That's where we'll talk about, streetwear leaks, fashion leaks, upcoming season lookbooks that I really, really like, things like that. Section 6 is sneaker news and rumors. That's where we'll talk about leaks for upcoming sneakers or rumored collabs and things like that. Then moving into our 7th section, we have upcoming streetwear and fashion releases. That's where I'll talk about the upcoming releases that are happening this week in the streetwear and fashion world. And last but not least, our 8th section is upcoming sneaker releases, where I'll obviously be doing the exact same thing. We're talking about the sneakers that are releasing this week. That is all 8 sections that we're going to be covering in today's episode, guys. So let's jump into the first section, which of course is, as I just mentioned, Sunday's Best Dress. So let's have a look at the outfit that I put together. Now for episode 19, guys, we have a outfit that I put together a long time ago, but one that I have been essentially wearing with some slight modifications to quite recently. The outfit consists of just a simple pair of 501s with a Uniqlo merino wool black turtleneck, and of course, the big statement piece that was showing off in the fit is this 2001 autumn winter Stone Island trench coat that I picked up from Files London Vintage. It's one of my favorite overcoats in my wardrobe. I love the color, and it definitely made me think that if I was to come back to Stone Island and pick up a bunch of pieces from them, the trench coats, overcoats, that whole outwear category would be the first category that I would go to, because I've just fallen in love with this trench coat. And if Stone Island offers similar ones in similar seasons to this one from their autumn winter 2001 range, well, I'm definitely interested. It is missing a few buttons here and there, but for a trench coat that's like almost over 20 years old, I think it's in pretty good nick for what it is. But yeah, just worked really, really well in this outfit. And yeah, that's going to be the Sunday's Best Dressed for episode 19, guys. But that's it there, guys. That is Sunday's Best Dressed, a little outfit that I threw together during the colder months of this year, which is now finally getting showcased on our 19th episode. If you guys want your outfits showcased, I mentioned it before, just forward them to my IG, hashtag Sundays Best Dressed, and then you can feature in the next episode. I'll give you a shout out, all that good stuff, get that free YouTube notoriety. I mean, yeah, who knows? We actually haven't had someone feature on the episodes yet, so hey, first one that sends it to me gets to be the first person ever. But anyway, okay, now let's move into the next section of the podcast, which is going to be Heat on My Feet. So a recent sneaker or shoe, boot, whatever, that I have been enjoying over the past week. Well, it's going to go to a 2020 release, or at least I think it's a 2020 release. It released in 2020, right? It wasn't 2021, was it? I can't even remember now, man. Ever since March 2020, all time just blurs. But either way, it was a recent release. It is a Air Jordan 5. The sneaker that I'm going to put as my my Heat on My Feet this week for episode 19 is going to go to the Air Jordan 5 Fire Reds, or more specifically, the Silver Tongue Fire Reds, as there is two Fire Red colorways, the Black Tongue ones and the Silver Tongue one. This shoe is awesome. The leather quality is really, really comfy, doesn't feel very cardboardy or really tough. I really like the Nike Air branding on the back of it. It's true to its roots, to its 1990 roots, by having OG branding on the bottom there. Not exactly 100% with the iced out sole, but once you wear it a little bit, as you can see, the iced out sole kind of stops being so iced out as soon as you wear it a bit, because I mean, this used to be very blue. It's not so blue anymore, but yeah, just a really awesome shoe. I just love its really unique 1990 looking silhouette. It's such an odd, weird looking shoe compared to like your conventional shoes, but it's just super comfortable, super easy to wear, and I love wearing it, and it's going to be the shoe for Heat on My Feet this week. I want to hear from you guys as well in that comment section below. I want to hear, like, what was a sneaker, shoe, boot, whatever that you've been enjoying over the past week? Let me know down in that comment section below, or let me know what your thoughts are on my pick for this episode. But we'll now dive into section 3, which is my recent pickups. Now moving into section 3, guys, my recent pickups. I've actually picked up a little bit. Well, quantity-wise, not so much. Value-wise, I would say it's quite significant, and I guess a lot of them are more monumental pieces because it's like my first ever silhouette in a certain Jordan model and various other things like that. A prime example is in the past 2 months, in my recent pickups, I picked up my first ever pair of Air Jordan 4s. I've never owned a pair of 4s until now. I know, been interested in sneakers since 2015, and it took me 6 years to get a pair of 4s that I actually like. It's mainly just because my size, they go for dumb amounts of money. I've always wanted a pair of Air Jordan 4s with Nike Air branding on the back of them, because I am a little bit of an OG branding snob. I'm like, hey, if it's got a Jumpman on the back of it, I don't want it at all. If it's got a Nike Air branding on the back of it, I'm interested. I know it's not the best, but I just like it how it was back in 1989, and back in 1989, it had the Nike Air branding. Anyway, the pair that came up that I picked up was the What the 4s. This is the pair that released, I think, for the 30th anniversary of the Jordan 4. I think it released in 2019 anyway. It's an amalgamation of all 4 of the OG colorways: the military blues, the white cements, the breads, and what's the last one? Fire reds. There we go. Almost forgot it there. I almost had myself for a moment. Yeah, fire reds, breads, military blues, and white cements. That's them all put together. You can see some of the military blue here. You can see some of the white cement here. And if I grab the other pair, you can see the fire reds here. And you can see the... oh, actually, the fire reds or the breads there? I think that's the fire reds. Yeah, the breads have the grey ones, don't they? Again, that just shows you with my Jordan 4 knowledge. I need to pick up the other ones. But yeah, absolutely love this pair. As you can see, I have been wearing them, or maybe you can't. There you go, now you can see it. There's a little dent there where my toes have been. Yeah, I have been wearing them. They're awesome. Super happy that I picked up my first pair of 4s, and I'm definitely looking to pick up more in the future. Now, moving into the clothing world a little bit, I picked up a piece that I've had my eyes on for a while. One that actually doesn't prop up too often, or at least often enough in my opinion, on Grailed and various other secondary, selling websites. The piece that I picked up that you may have seen me wear recently is the Supreme Old Dirty Bastard soccer jersey. I picked this up in an extra large in the red color. It features his debut album, Return to 36 Chambers, on the front of it. And on the back it features not the year that Supreme started, which is 1994, but the year that his debut album released, which is 95, and Supreme branding at the top there. It's a very basic soccer jersey. I'm definitely going to be wearing this more when it warms up towards the end of the year down in Australia, but I really like this piece. I love the album. I love ODB's debut album and sophomore album, and I love his features on various Wu-Tang projects as well. He's just an awesome Wu-Tang Clan member. I really wanted the Supreme collaboration. I definitely wouldn't mind the rug, but it's going to cost a lot to get something like that shipped to me. But yeah, just a awesome piece that I had to showcase to you guys. I picked this one up late May or early June, around about that time. But I haven't showcased it in a podcast episode yet, so here it is, guys. The ODB Supreme soccer jersey. Now moving into another piece of clothing, this one is a big one. One that I unboxed on the channel, and I think it's the one of the few or the only unboxings of a piece of clothing from that season. Could be wrong though, someone could upload one at any point. But what I have as another one of my pickups is the quilted trench coat from Undercover's Fall-Winter 2020 season. I picked this up as a reward for my tax return from Slam Jam. I absolutely love this piece. It's really hard to showcase the graphic on it on camera, but what it is it features the final scene, or one of the final scenes, from the Japanese 1950, I want to say 7 version of Macbeth, which translates to, I think, Throne of Blood is the name of the movie once you translate it, because the collection features a lot of pieces with that on it, Throne of Blood. The actual collection itself is called the Fallen Man collection, but yeah, I think it does translate to Throne of Blood. Absolutely love this piece. I unboxed it on the channel if you want like a full review of it, but I love it. The pockets are awesome. They have a super awesome lining on the inside. I love the quilted lining on the inside of the piece, which you can just see there. Yeah, look, if you want to see it in full view and how it looks on body and everything like that, definitely go watch my unboxing video, but such a sick piece. I'm definitely looking to pick up more from Undercover's Fall-Winter 2020 season in the future. Now moving into another unboxing, another pair of sneakers that I did an unboxing video for, we're going to move into the 2021 Carmine 6s. So yes guys, I picked up my second pair of Air Jordan 6s, my first pair of OG branded Jordan 6s. This is the 2021 retro of the original OG colorway of the Air Jordan 6, the Carmine colorway. This one retroed in, I want to say 2014 as well, but with non-OG branding. I remember the first, well, I guess I say first retro, but it's been retroed before 2014 as well, I think. But I remember the 2014 retro, so to see the second retro of it kind of just makes me feel old. I'm just like, damn, I've seen 2 retros of this. Like, it just makes me feel old. But I had to pick up the 2021 retro, not the 2014, because it's OG branded. I love the 6s, and I wanted to collect the OG colorways. And look, if Nike's gonna retro them with OG branding, I'm gonna pick it up. Of course I am. But yeah, an awesome pair. I've unboxed them on the channel if you want to go check out that video as well. Let me know how you feel about the Carmine 6s. Now moving into my last pickup, which a lot of you are probably like, whoa, where is it, Daniel? Where? Well, it's right here. I recently unboxed it on the channel, but yes, I picked up quite recently the Chrome Hearts Classic Oval Ring. I picked this up from Australian boutique Top Floor Gallery. I'm definitely looking to pick up a couple more Chrome Hearts rings from them in the future. They just don't have any in my size at the moment. Here is the piece showcased to you guys. I'll bring it as close as I can to the screens, to the camera so you guys can see it. Hopefully it'll focus. Quite hard though, it's focusing on my face. Maybe if I move it there. Oh, what do you know? There we go, bada bing. There it is there, the classic oval ring. I've scuffed it a little bit from wear, but I've absolutely loved it. It's such an awesome piece. I don't know if you can see the engraving. Either way, if you want a full close-up look of it, it's showcased in my unboxing video, so you can definitely go watch that. I love it though. I would love to pick up more of these Chrome Hearts rings in the future. It's just the sizing's a little bit rough. With the thicker rings, you got to size up about 2 millimeters, just because they're thicker. They're not like a super thin ring like something like this, where it's true to size essentially. I initially thought it would fit these 2 fingers because these are a 22 with the thin rings that I wear, but it turns out it fits more on the 20 Japanese sized finger, just because of how thick it is. But yeah, I absolutely love it. Still fits one of my fingers, so I'm still happy with that. And I'll definitely be collecting more Chrome Hearts rings in the future, guys. But that is it. That is all my recent pickups that I have got in the past month or 2. I haven't been picking up a lot quantity-wise. I've really been trying to just save up my money when I can and buy a good piece that I know I'll want and wear. And that's why I picked up these items in particular. But let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on any of the recent pickups that I have here. And of course, let me know any recent pickups that you guys have made in that comment section below. But now that we've finished section 3, which is recent pickups, we'll move on over now to the biggest section of episode 19, which of course is the recent releases. Now moving into section 4, guys, recent releases. Man, we have a lot to cover. Section 4, I'm going to be covering everything dropping from the 17th of May to the 8th of August. That's a lot. That is a lot. Now, to really talk about it, we're not going to be covering every brand's release during that time period, because we would be here till the end of time if that was the case. What are we going to do in the streetwear and fashion side of things? We'll cover Supreme, Palace, Del Schutzer, and Kith. That's all we'll cover in the streetwear and fashion world. For the sneaker world, for that huge period of time, it really just anything that spoke to me in any way, shape, or form. There is still quite a few pages to cover when it comes to that, though. So, I mean, look, that's the pages for the streetwear and fashion side of it, so about 2 pages. And then the sneakers just keep on covered. They don't finish. They just get covered. So yeah, we've got quite a bit of sneakers to cover, but not a lot of streetwear to kick it off with. But maybe that's a good way to start it off. So let's dive into it, guys. Let's cover all the streetwear and fashion releases that we have from those brands that I just discussed from the 17th of May to the 8th of August. Kicking it off, we'll talk about Supreme New York. So Supreme, during that time period, had their 13th week of their Spring-Summer 2021 collection. During week 13, we got the Leatherman multi-tool releasing in that week. as well as the Vanson Leathers collab. In the Vanson Leathers collab, we had a Cordura jacket and various other pieces like a leather spider bag release. They were quite pricey though, classic Vanson leather fashion. The Cordura jacket released for like $648 retail, not including taxes. And then the spider leather bag, which is referencing vintage Vanson Leathers pieces because they loved using the spider leather graphic on the back of pieces. That released for $598. So all in all, expensive. Whether or not you felt it or not, and whether or not you picked it up is obviously up to you. But to me, that just seems a bit expensive for a Supreme collab with Vanson Leathers. I don't know what the quality's like on Vanson Leathers, so maybe I'm just like, you know, totally ignorant to the fact that it's amazing or something, but I don't know, man, that seems kind of pricey. But anyway, moving into week 14, which was on the 27th of May, we had the Outer Seam Tape North Face collab. That one was really, I just wasn't feeling it. It had some okay pieces, but honestly, when I come to the North Face collaborations, I'm there because of their amazing use of details, prints, things like that on typically very toned down and quiet jackets. That's what I love about the Supreme collabs, when they do stuff like that. So this kind of just felt kind of bland. Moving into week 14 though, we did have other good releases in that week. We had cool rayon shirts that I was a huge fan of. I'm always down to pick up some rayon shirts, so I've got my eyes on some of the shirts that released in that week. It's hard to find them in an extra large for a good price. People that generally collect the rayons really hold on to them and don't want to let them go for cheap. So I'll see if I can pick up any of them down the line. It also reminds me to do a top 5 video of my favorite pieces that season, so I need to get onto that as well. It also had a bandana camp cap releasing that week with the bandana all over print that we have seen many times during the spring-summer 2020 season. Moving into week 15, we're now in June. In the 3rd of June 2021, we had the Vitra chair releasing. That was the chair that looked all funky with its shape. $2,600 for that one. For me, I could think of a lot better things to spend 2.5 G's on, but you know, maybe you love your chairs and maybe you wanted this Supreme chair. Next we had the Dancing Rayon shirt. I really liked that piece. It's $138, and there was a barn coat as well, very toned down piece, but it was quite nice. That one was $188. Moving into week 16, we had the Emilio Pucci collaboration. This featured obviously the box logo t-shirt, the sports jacket, which I thought was really cool when you took off the hood, and also it had a smoking jacket, so you know, a bougie silk jacket that you put your cigars in the pocket here, and yes, but yeah, that whole type deal. I think it retailed for like $1,000 or something like that. Look, I liked it. I didn't like it that much. I can definitely think of, again, better things to spend $1,000 on. I think that's the reoccurring theme for this Supreme season. It's like, that's cool, but with the price, I could spend it on other things. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Moving into week 17, which was on the 17th of the 6th, we had the Bandana Crusher releasing, so the reoccurring bandana print appeared on a Crusher cap. And then we also got the Vans collab, which had a Skate Era and Grosso Mid. Pretty meh collaboration, if I'm going to be honest. It's not going to be a memorable one that we'll speak about years from now, but in saying that, which Vans Supreme collaborations are like that? Actually, no, there's a couple that are alright, but they've never been so amazing that I'm like, you know what was good that season? The Vans collab. Again, maybe you guys disagree, but that's how I feel about it. Moving into week 18, on the 24th of June, we had the Cause Chalk box logo tee release. This is the t-shirt version of the hoodie that we saw in week 1, I think it was. It was cool. Would I pay more than retail for it? Probably not. It just wasn't something that was super exciting, so it was kind of skippable, but obviously it's a big item that I have to talk about that released in that week. We had the Bowery Street rayon shirt. I thought the blue was cool, but the other colors they did, I was like, I don't know about that one. And then we had the rest of the James Reed collab, because not all of the collab actually dropped in the week that it was meant to. It got delayed until week 18 on the 24th of June. And I think most people actually forgot it actually released by that point. I just weren't feeling it at that point in time. But I honestly thought the James Reed collab wasn't actually too bad. Moving into week 19, which is the 1st of July, we have the Nerf Collaboration, which again, I'm still gonna say is a what the hell, why are we doing this? But a lot of you guys really like it because it's, I don't know, a weird, wacky accessory. But for me, I just couldn't see myself ever buying it. Next, we had the Butthole Surfers collab. That's the American rock band, I want to say. Probably annoying a lot of people by not knowing that. They collabed. I thought the hoodie was kind of cool, but the rest of the collab was very missable. And then we had the Whammo Frisbee releasing in week 19 as well. Moving into week 20, we had on the 8th of July, we had the Maury Mac 7 bodyboard released, so the Supreme bodyboard. Then we had the Terry S logo 6 panel, nice little textured 6 panel there, an S logo 6 panel. And then we had the Terry Classic logo Crusher, again another nice textured Crusher cap. That's everything that released in Supreme's catalog during that time period. We'll now move on over to our favorite other skating brand, which is in the UK. Obviously, we're referring to Palace Skateboards there. They had their 3rd week of their summer, spring, summer, autumn, yeah, summer collection there. It featured a tri-chrome hoodie, which is basically just a metal tri-fur. It was alright. We had the Hearty t-shirt, which was a t-shirt with a bunch of hearts on the back of it. That was alright. And the 9T t-shirt, which is a bit of an odd one as well. That week 3, released on the 21st of May. Moving into week 4, which was on the 28th of May, we had the Cozy Knit, the Mamma Mia crew, and the Cute 5 panel releasing that week. It was an alright week. Moving into week 5, we had the huge Mercedes AMG collab. Loved the leather jacket. The crew neck was really cool. And the Gore-Tex jacket was alright. I like the colors on that jacket. But it was all just a bit too expensive for me. And I obviously didn't pick any of it up. Moving into week 6, on the 11th of June, we had the Outliner Mitt Designer Crew, which I think from memory is a crew neck with the Triverg on the back of it. With it outlined really well. We had the Slides releasing in that week, and we had the PS Vest, which was the basketball jersey that released in week 6 there. Moving into week 7, on the 18th of the 6th, we had the Cozy jersey. So we had the Cozy Knit, which was the bunny rabbit knit. Now we have the Cozy jersey releasing in week 7. Also the Sports Shell crew and the Biohazard t-shirt. Nice little trifo t-shirt there. Next we had, moving into week 8, which is on the 25th of June, we had the Try Me hoodie, the Inky shirt, and the Healthily crew. Just some nice, simple, cool looking pieces in week 8 there. Week 9 we had the Vans collaboration. I liked the long sleeve and also some new errors released. We also got the Slap magazine collaboration releasing in that week. I really like the Coach's jacket. It was one of my favorite pieces that released in the summer season. And last but not least, for Palace's summer 2021 season, we had week 10, which was on the 9th of July 2021. They had a cool button-up t-shirt, a cigarette hoodie, and a couple of t-shirts in collaboration with Jürgen Teller, if I remember correctly, a famous German photographer from, again, if my memory serves me correctly. I like the cigarette hoodie. It was just a really unique all-over print hoodie, and I really like the button-up t-shirt. The rest of the collab, as I just mentioned, you could skip me with that. Oh, and of course, obviously recently we've had week 1 of their autumn 2021 season as well. We recently just covered that in a drop list video, and obviously it being week 1, there were some huge pieces that released in that week, and I was kind of bummed out that I decided to skip on them. But in saying that, I needed to hold on to my cash because I've got some undercover and some capital pieces that I do want to pick up in the future. So that's why I didn't pick up anything from week 1, if any of you guys are interested. But that is everything that has come from Palace. Moving into our next brand that we cover regularly, which is Fifth. So from the 17th of the 5th to the 8th of the 8th, 2021. We had the Vans collab, which featured prints from all the previous different seasons. We had the Summer 2021 collection, which was cool. It featured a cool Adidas collaboration in it, but there were no like huge standout pieces in the Summer 2021 season that I really wanted. It was really just the Adidas collab that really like piqued my interest there. And then we had the Kith New Balance RC 1300. They're released in grey, purple, and white pepper. Just some nice colors from Kith on, I think it's even the custom Kith model, but I could be incorrect there. Those were the notable Kith releases that released in that period. And then moving into our favorite German streetwear brand, Der Schütze, we had from the 17th of the 5th to the 8th of the 8th, we had on the 17th of May, we had the Fisherman Watch, the Psychokinesis zip-up hoodie, which I wish was a pullover hoodie. We had the Time Traveler hoodie, sweats, and t-shirt. That was my least favorite piece in that capsule, but in saying that, that was a huge capsule that released for the brand. They released their first watch. No, not their first zip-up hoodie, but yeah, that the hoodie should have been a pullover because it was a sick graphic on it. Moving into the 28th of June, we had the Giants Pocket Organizer, essentially a little wallet, or I guess a bigger wallet that had the Giants graphic embroidered all over it. It was awesome. I loved it. I love that they're doing accessories like this now, and they're moving away from their box logo origins. I like seeing them evolve into this like big embroidery brand. Next, we had on the 5th of July, we had the Montana hoodie, the Montana t-shirt, which featured a Scarface-inspired graphic on a hoodie and t-shirt. I actually think this is probably one of their worst releases that I've ever seen. I don't know, I just thought the graphic was really ugly. I did not like it in any way, shape, or form. I don't know if you guys agree with me there, but it was not good. I did not like it at all. Moving into the last release that released in that time period, we have the Yasmin pieces, I think it was. It featured a really sick bomber jacket and black hoodie. The tees were alright, but I was mainly interested in the outerwear pieces. That bomber jacket was absolutely sick. Big thumbs up from me on that piece there. But that is all the recent releases from our favorite streetwear and fashion brands that we cover regularly on the channel, or at least I try to. We'll now move into a big section, which is all the recent sneaker releases, guys. So let's get into that and have a look at all the recent sneaker releases happened in that time period. Whew. Okay, let's get into it. There's so much to talk about here. Okay, well, recent sneaker releases between the 17th of May to the 8th of August. Let's just jump in and start talking about Yeezys. So the first releases on the 17th of the 5th we're going to be talking about is the Adidas Yeezy 500 Highs, 2 colorways released on the 17th of the 5th. $220 US was the retail price. We got the tactical orange and the sumac. The tactical orange wasn't too bad. I didn't mind it too much. The orange, if they switched that tactical orange out to a different color that worked with the other tones that were showcased in the silhouette, I feel like it would have worked a lot better. The colorway that I did actually like was the sumac. I love the 500 highs. When they do colorways like this, I actually do consider picking them up. I feel like I have to pick up a pair of Yeezy 500s down the line because I think the highs are sick. So I'll definitely keep my eyes and ears out. There are a couple colorways I'm looking to pick up, but I really like the Sumacs. But anyway, that's the first release we're going to be talking about. Moving into the Nike Ambush collaboration in May, we have that they released a pair of Dunk Highs in the Game Royal colorway. Very nice colorway, iconic colors used here. $250 US was the retail price, and I was like, okay. Well, I've got it down to $250, or was it $150? $150 sounds right, but Ambush is dumb expensive, so $250 could be right as well. Have you guys ever checked that out? Go look at Ambush's retail price. Dumb expensive. Exclusively for the rich, for sure. Either way, whatever the retail price was, it released on the 18th of the 5th. I think that's a pickup if you managed to pick it up. Moving on, we had that J. Cole and Puma collaborated on the Dreamer 2s for the off-season release, his latest album, and they released in off-season red. Wow. Genius. Yeah, I haven't been listening to a lot of J. Cole as of late. I did not listen to his recent album, and I did not really care for these shoes, but they released for $130 on the 25th of May, if you guys were interested. They up next, we had the Air Jordan 1 Low White, Ghost Green, and Black. I don't know what the shortened name of the colorway for that is. These released for $130 and they released on the 21st of the 5th. I thought these were an alright colorway. I like when I saw Ghost Green, I was like, what kind of green? Because depending on what kind of green you use, could be nasty. I thought this was quite a tasteful use of green. I thought it was nice green. And I'm just happy to see the Air Jordan 1 Low make a return in more OG, silhouettes without the branding being put in the incorrect places. But anyway, that's a rant for a different time. Moving into a women's release, we have the women's Nike Dunk Low Bailey Greens release. The nice solid green Dunk Low again for the ladies. $100 21st to the 5th. We had that Clot and Nike collaborated on another Kiss of Death Air Max 1 for $140. These released on the 21st of the 5th. We had that Adidas and Yeezy collaborated, as always, to release a pair of Quantums in a flash orange. They're not as flash orange as you think they are. When you hear flash orange, you instantly think vibrant, hot, spicy orange. Not actually that bad. It's literally on the strips. It's actually pretty minimal. These are actually quite nice. I don't mind them. I don't mind them too. Moving into the next release, we had the PSG, or the Paris Saint-Germain Air Jordan 7s, release for $217 on the 22nd of the 5th. I think that was a pretty skippable release, to be honest. Next, we had the Nike SB Dunklow What the Poles for Paul. I want to say Rod. Last name. I don't know his last name. That's going to come back and bite me. I don't know Paul's last name. He's a famous skater. He recently got his own pair of dunks. They were themed with his home nation's flag on it. Wow. I should just learn famous skaters, am I right? These released for $150 on the 24th of the 5th, and they were an amalgamation of all these different dunks put together. Next, we had my favorite, one of my favorite contemporary designers. We had that Nike and Matthew M. Williams collaborated on the Zoom 4s. These released for, I can never get over this retail price. These released for $450. They're released in two colors, in all black or in a rust color. Look, I think this model's kind of okay. I feel like there is a certain fit or aesthetic that you can have to wear this shoe, but I don't think any aesthetic can justify that price. Ridiculously expensive. Like, more expensive than his, like, a mainline chains, let alone a collaboration. I don't know. I need some justification on why it's $450 here and why it costs more than some jewelry from his literal high-end mainline brand. I need some justification. Either way, let me know how you feel about this collaboration in the comment section below. Moving on, we had Casablanca collaborate with New Balance on two models. The 237s in a red monogram print, very nice, $170. Or the 327s, same print, same design, obviously in a different silhouette, for $195. These released on the 28th of the 5th. It was a nice little collab. Always love the Casablanca collaborations with New Balance. Moving on, we had that Nike released a Dunk High EBP Lakers colorway. This is alright. I like the retro font on the back of them, but the colorway wasn't doing too much for me. But I suppose if you're a Lakers fan, you'd be more into them. They're $110 and they released on the 28th of the 5th. Not that you'd be able to pick them up from retail still though. We next had some women's Air Jordan 3s. Very nice colorway. Like, a lot of people won't be feeling these because it's got a lot of pink on them, but these were very tasteful. We had the Air Jordan 3 Rust Pinks released in a women's exclusive sizing for $190 on the 28th of the 5th. These were nice. You can't kid yourself. A lot of the women's exclusive colorways, definitely are a miss. They're not too exciting. They're not super, you know, hype worthy. These rust pink ones, they were. These are definitely really nice. Moving on, we had another Yeezy release. We had the Yeezy Foam Runner Mineral Blues. Now you're probably looking at these and you're like, Daniel, you're taking the piss. There is no way that these are called the Mineral Blues. Where's the Mineral Blue? Well, it honestly took me a second to see it as well. You really got to zoom in on it. And there you go. It's like a little blue strip throughout the pattern of the actual Yeezy Foam Runner. I don't know. Don't ask me. I didn't design it. It's odd. I don't know why I called it that, but either way, these were released for $80 on the 29th of May. Next, we had another Yeezy release. We had the Yeezy Boost 380 Alien Blues. These were actually quite tasteful. Nice grey upper knit with a icy blue outsole. It was nice. I actually think the colorway was kind of cool. These released for $230 USD on the 31st of May. Next, we had Comme des Garçons Play. Yes, the Heart sub-label. Collaborate with Converse on some All-Star 70 lows and highs, $150 each, $150 US. They don't change in retail price regardless of the highs or lows, so I would always pick up the highs because more canvas, the same price. This was monumental because there were two new colorways that we hadn't seen before. We got the steel grays and the blue quartz colorways for this silhouette. And they're alright. If I honestly had to pick them up, I would pick up the OG colorway with the red heart on them. Not that I can pick them up anyway, because I think the biggest size they come in is a size 13. But, you know, Nike, well, yeah, Nike, you own Converse, but Converse, want to hit a fella up with some size 16 ones. I'll wear the heart shoe, like, I'll do it to them. Next, we had another women's release. We had the Air Jordan 1 Court Purples. Ladies, I am jealous. This is an OG colorway done in OG branding, and you got it as an exclusive. I am jealous. I want to pick them up. Can Nike send me a pair in a men's size 16 or 17? This is a sick shoe. Like, this is one of the original colorways from the metallic pack back in 1985, when they or 1986, whenever the metallic pack released. I don't know if the Court Purples this time around were metallic like the originals were, but it's mainly just the colorway and the color blocking. We have not seen this for years in OG branding. Have we ever seen this in OG branding? I think the last time we got it was like early 2010s, and it had a Jumpman on the back of it. So I don't know if this is the only time I've ever seen it with OG branding, but either way, very jealous, ladies. I absolutely love it. Anyway, moving on. Moving into June now. We have some Dunk releases. We have the Nike Dunklow Michigan State and the Michigan's release for $100 USD a pop. Now you're probably like, Daniel, you're joking. Michigan and Michigan State, they're not different. They are different. Two different colorways. Michigan is blue and yellow, if my memory serves me correct. I will just see if that's the case. Yes, it is. Blue and yellow. And the Michigan State is green and white, if my memory also serves. I think it is. Green and white. Either way, they both released for $100 US. Solid colorways. One of them is from the Be True to Your School pack that released in 1985, which is the Michigans. I would pick them up if Dunks were big enough in my size. Moving on, we have the Nike Air Max 97 Puerto Ricos for $175 US. They released on the 5th of June. Not a huge fan of the Air Max 97s. Just not a silhouette that I could see myself wearing, but maybe you like this colorway. Next, we had the Adidas Yeezy 500 Toupe height, or Toupe height. I can't even remember what these actually look like. Hold on. Oh! 500 lows. Now, these are actually quite good. I do remember these now that I actually have to look them up. That's the problem with Yeezy colorways. They all look the same, don't they? They all just mesh together into this same colorway spectrum, I guess. Yeah, no, the light toupe lows were nice. They released for $200 USD on the 5th of June. Next, we had the Air Jordan 6 Electric Greens released for $190 US on the 5th of June. These were these all black, I think they were nubuck, with a lightning or, what's a better word to use? I guess electric. Oh God, what is the word to use? Vibrant green. It was just really, really in your face. It was fluoro fluoro green. How did that take me so long? Jeez, yeah, fluoro green. It was a nice little trim. They do this all the time. They've done it with like the UNC blue before, and the Varsity red. That's an old throwback as well, back in the day. Yeah, it's a simple colorway. If you like the green, then you'll definitely pick them up. Let's move into the next release, which is a big one. We have the Nike Fragment Dunk High Beijings get a re-release because they released like 10 years ago as well for $150 on the 5th of the 6th or 5th of June. These are not like the originals. They're slightly different. Surprisingly, they're not going for as much as I thought they would, because whenever Hiroshi Fujiwara literally like touches anything that's Nike, puts a little lightning bolt on it, everyone loses their minds and they're like, oh my god, this is the greatest shoe I've ever seen in my life. Except for these Beijing dunks. I actually really like the colorway of them. Don't know why they're not going for more, but definitely pick up a pair if you're thinking the same thing. Moving on, we had another Yeezy release. We had the Yeezy Boost 700 Mnvn Bright Cyans. Look, the colorway was nice. I really don't like the massive like 700 slapped on the side of it. It's just not good. It's just not good. This other 700 models are way better, but maybe you're feeling this one. It released for $220 on the 7th of June. Next, we had Converse collaborate with Soul Goods, which is a Beijing boutique, where the little logo is a Beijing tiger. They released a pair of All-Star 70 highs and a pair of Jack Purcells. $100 for the All-Star 70 highs, which expensive, and $90 for the Jack Purcells. They both released on the 10th of the 6th, and obviously they featured a tiger inspired graphic, which I thought was kind of cool. Just the retail price was quite expensive on. Hopefully those materials they used were high quality, because that's quite a price to ask. But moving into the next collab, we have that Nike and Sakai collaborated on some blazer lows for $120 on the 10th of the 6th in two colorways, either a white magma orange or a medium gray classic green. Look, I think if they rearranged the colors a little bit on this particular silhouette, it could have popped and looked a lot better. I think where they chose to put the colors on this silhouette really kind of missed the point. I kind of feel like they could have done it a little bit better. Who am I to say that? I'm not some big designer, I'm not Sakai, but I feel like it could have been done better. Either way, it released for $120 on the 10th of June. Next collaboration we're going to talk about is the Air Jordan 3 Mnvn women's Air Jordan 3s. These released for $200 on the 10th of the 6th and featured a beautiful quilted lining on the inside of it and just a really nice color palette on the exterior. I think this is a sick collab. Again, the ladies came through and got an amazing exclusive that month as well. They got the court purple ones for, wait, was that in June? Yeah, that was in June. You actually got two in that month. You got the court purples in June and this collaboration in June. The ladies were eaten well in June, I gotta say. Next, we had another Yeezy release. We had the Yeezy Boost 700 in Flame Ambers. These were just a 700 with a Sunny D looking midsole and then some light browns chucked on the upper. Not really for me at all. And they released for the regular retail price of $240 USD. Might have to check up on that one. Either way, it released on the 11th of the 6th, 2021. Next, we had a Skepta collaboration with Nike. These always go under the radar, but I think to like Skepta fans and just fans of, I guess you would say very chav silhouettes, I guess. Is that offensive in any way? I don't know. Yeah. Silhouettes that are loved by chavs, if that's how you say it correctly. These always sit really well with them. We got an Air Max Tailwind 5, I think it is. I don't know the Tailwind models. In a bloody chrome colorway. It was a bit expensive, $180 for this pair, and it released on the 12th of the 6th. But as I said, if you're a fan of that silhouette or a fan of Skepta, you're gonna absolutely love this shoe. Up next, we had the Air Jordan 1 High OG Light Fusion Reds released for $170 on the 12th of the 6th. This was a very vibrant Air Jordan 1. I personally love it. I love the color blocking. colors. It reminds me of like a nice sunset. I actually think this is a really overlooked Air Jordan 1 colorway. I wouldn't mind picking it up myself, but I am quite Air Jordaned out at the moment. But yeah, maybe, who knows, further down the line, if a pair in my size comes to like retail or super cheap, I have to consider picking. Moving into the next release, we had that New Balance and Bodega collaborated on some 990 V3s on a Here to Stay colorway for $220 and they released on the 16th of the 6th. Next, we had some Nike Dunklow Dusty Olives released for $110. These released on the 17th of the 6th, a nice color palette for Dunklow. Next, we had the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2s get released in 4 mono colors. This was a new take on the upper knit of the 350 V2s, and I'm happy to see Adidas trying different patterns and stuff on the uppers knits. We got it in a mono mist, a mono clay, a mono ice, and I think a mono black. Maybe I didn't write that down at all. So it might be 3 colorways actually, it might be 3. We might be getting the mono ice, mono clay, mono mist. They're alright, they were nothing too crazy. They all released on the 18th of the 6th for the usual $220. The 350 V2s are, I don't know, to me just something that I sleep on most of the time. Maybe you disagree, maybe you really like them, but we'll keep pressing on. Next we had Nike and Undefeated collaborate in their Dunk versus Air Force One pack. Featured obviously an Air Force One and, would you guess it, a Dunk as well. The Air Force One I thought was really cool. It had some really nice military colors and materials used on it, and that released for $140. And the Dunklow, a similar type of scenario but more earthier colors, and that released for $120. One thing I have to say about this pack: thank you, Undefeated, for releasing some Dunks and some nice Air Forces in some big ass feet sizing for big ass fellas, because the Dunks released in a size 16, which means I can finally pick up a pair of Dunks, which I think I've only ever had that opportunity once or twice, and instantly when they come up on Grail they always sell out. But I'm just very thankful that I can try this new silhouette, because while this whole Dunk trend has been going on, I've been unable to try out the silhouette to see how it looks in the various outfits that I wear, and I feel like with my love of 80s basketball shoes, both in low and high cuts, that silhouette would just look really cool. How do I feel about this only colorway that I get to try on? I don't like the yellow swoosh. I think it was a yellow swoosh. The rest of the colors is fine. I think that looks quite nice. I might honestly just pick it up just to like be able to say that I have tried on a pair of Dunks, know how they feel. But anyway, enough of my little rant there on that one there. Next we had that Union and Jordan Brand collaborated on some Jordan 4s. This has been a long collaboration. We had them release 2 colorways. The Tape Haze, which released on the 20th of the 6th, 2021. And then we had the Desert Moss, which released a little bit later on the 24th of the 6th, 2021. Both for $225. I didn't mind either colorway too much, but I think the original Jordan 4 colorways for this collaboration were a lot better than these ones. I don't know where they were getting influence for these ones, but they're getting wackier and wackier as they keep going on. But who knows, maybe their third collaboration will wow. Moving on, we had that Adidas and Yeezy released some slides in an inflame orange. They were a little bit too spicy for me. They are a very bright slide. Prefer darker tones, but these released for $60 on the 21st of June. Next we had that Nike released a Dunk Animal Pack on the 22nd of June. We had the Zebra and the Giraffe/Cheetah colorways, both released for $110. Neither really spoke to me because animal print on shoes is a big no for me. I've been scarred ever since I bought my first ever pair of Air Jordan 1s. I don't mind it on like a trim or something, like on the Air Jordan 3s, but once you put it on a lot of the shoe, it can get distasteful very quickly, or at least that's how I feel it. Next, we had the Air Jordan 1 Low Neutral Grays released for $130 on the 24th of the 6th. I absolutely love these. I want to pick these up, or the 2015 retro of them. Unfortunately, the 2021 retro of them has the 8 eyelet modified new Air Jordan 1 version, which is a little bit depressing. It's not as good as the true to the original 2015 Jordan 1 Low OG silhouette, but at least it's not like these disgusting Air Jordan 1 Lows with the Jumpman on it and stuff like that. So I got to take, you know, the W's where they are, which is in this case. Yeah, I wouldn't mind picking these up. Hopefully I can pick them up because they're actually not going for too much. In all honesty, they're not going for a horrible price, so I'll have to see. Next, we had the Nike Dunklow UNC released for $100 on the 24th of the 6th. A friend of mine actually managed to pick them up. She managed to pick them up in grade school sizing at retail, so good on her. An awesome colorway. It doesn't look as good as the Jordan 1 UNCs, but I mean, can you ever look as good as the originals? I don't know, man. Probably not. Either way, a super steezy colorway on the Dunklows there. Next, we had the Yeezy Boost 350. We did have another one. Did we have another one? I have the mono also written here. So we did have another one. Did this release later? It says the 24th. I think this one did. Yeah, so we did get one a little bit later. I knew there was 4 colorways. I knew I wasn't tripping on something. So we had the mono Cinder, and these released for $220 on the 24th of 6. Next, we had the Nike SB Dunk High Pro Ispodwa Magnus Walkers, released for $120. These weren't for me. The Nike SB collabs and releases are usually a little bit too wacky for me. But yeah, these came out on the 25th of the 6th if you guys are interested. Next, we had the Nike Dunk Low 399 white colorway released for $110 on the same day. Again, not really feeling these as much. Next, we had the Nike SB Dunk High Color Skates Kebab and Destroy colorway release for $120 on the 26th of the 6th. Again, another wacky, colorway for that. Next, we had the women's Nike Dunk High Sail Crimson Tint, released for $110 on the 26th of the 6th. These are alright. These weren't too bad. Next, we had the Adidas Yeezy 450 Dark Slate, which was just a completely black version of the 450s. I don't mind them. I don't mind the 450 silhouette too much. There's a time and a place. You can wear them and a different, certain aesthetics. These weren't too bad. $200 on the 26th of the 6th. Next, we had the Nike Dunk High Game Royals. This is just the Game Royal version of the normal Dunk Highs. Unlike the ambush ones that we had recently, these released for $110 on the 29th of the 6th. Next, we had the Jordan 4 White Oreo released for $190 on the 3rd of July. Look, I feel like this could have been a home run, and I would have definitely picked these up if they had OG branding on the back of them. They needed the OG branding for me. Yeah, it was a nice colorway, but I'm that fussy. I just need that little change on the back there, and then I'm there. But yeah, sorry guys, I'm that fussy. Next, we had New Balance collaborate with Cyans to do a college pack. They did some 550s and some 574s on the 8th of July. The 550s released for $150, while the 574s released for $110. Next, we had some women's exclusive Dunk Low Laser Oranges for $180 on the 8th of July. Those weren't too shabby. I think we've only got, like a page and a bit more releases to cover? Yeah, okay, maybe about 2 pages. Moving on, we had, again, one of my favorite contemporary designer brands collaborate with Nike, this time on something a little bit more tasteful, which is on a pair of Air Force Highs. They're released for $461 in a wolf gray or a black gray. I can't justify that retail price, guys. It's too crazy. I would love to pick them up, though, if they came in a size 16. So Matthew M. Williams, release them one size bigger for me. Just so I can pick them up. Fear of God released a pair, or at least a new silhouette called the California Slip-Ons. They released for $195 US. These are in the mainline Fear of God, not essentials or anything like that. They released on the 9th of July, and they released in a cream, almond, concrete, oat, and cement. I don't know how concrete and cement are different, but they were different listings on StockX, so that's how I found out about them. Next we have the Air Jordan 3 Racer Blues, a nice little colorway of the Air Jordan 3 there for $190 US on the 10th of July. We had the Converse Montclair Fragment All-Star Lows re-release again. They release them all the time for $150 US on the 15th of the 7th. You can get them in either a black or a blue color there. We had the Nike Space Jam 2-pack release on the 16th of July. Air Force Ones, LeBron 18 Lows, Chuck Taylor All-Star Highs. I honestly slept on this, man. I thought this was going to be a way bigger pack. I thought they were going to release like more monumental shoes for this huge monumental sequel of Space Jam. And I don't know, to me it kind of fizzled out. I was like, oh, cool. I don't know, did anyone feel the same way? Oh, the Space Jam 2-pack was not that entertaining. Maybe it's just me. Next, moving on, we had the Air Jordan 1 High OG Electro Oranges release. These were quite tasteful, only an orange trim on certain areas. These released for $170 US on the 17th of July. Next, we had the Adidas Prada Luna Rossa 21s come in 2 colorways, a core black or a gunmetal gray. These retailed $695 US, which god damn, man, I would much rather buy the A-Links Nike collaborations over the Adidas Prada collaborations, because the Adidas Prada collab sucks, or at least the Luna Rossa 21 sucks. This model looks ass. It looks like something that you would pick up from, like, I don't know, Kmart, bro, and they've just put the Prada strip on it. Maybe I'm missing a lot of pointers here, but I think it looks ass for $695 US. And in both, the core black released on the 19th of July and the gunmetal released on the 21st. I'm not a fan of either colorway there. Next, we had a way better designer collaboration, which was the Asics Pico Kostadanov Gel Quantum Levi Tracks. These released on the 20th of July, and they released in a maroon teal, a white red, and a black yellow, and these were way better. I could see a lot more people wearing these over the Prada Adidas collab. Next, we had another Clot Nike collaboration on some Air Maxes. Air Max, I can't remember the model. It was a solid red colorway, and for $130 US was the pickup price on the 20th of July. Next, we had the Nike Sb Ftc collab, which is a San Francisco skating shop, if I remember correctly. They did some Dunklow Pros on a Lagoon Pulse colorway for $110 US on the 21st of July. I actually thought these were not too bad. Next, we had the women's Dunklow Strike Yellows. These were done in like a tie-dye yellow color on the Dunklows. They're alright. I've never been a fan of this type of like print on a lot of shoes and stuff like that, so this one didn't speak to me as much. But maybe a lot of the women out there are really feeling this collab. Either way, it's for them, it's not for me, so Nike doesn't have to worry about me not liking them. Next, we had a Nike Off-White collaboration, actually. This one kind of went under the radar because kind of a trash silhouette. We had the Off-White Nike Air Zoom Tempo Next percentage mark, or maybe we'll just call it the Tempo Next. Released for $260 US on the 23rd of the 7th. They're released in white solar red, racer blue, pink glow, and black cream green. Yeah, I didn't like any of these. And they like painted, they like used a texter and they like drew the swoosh on the side. Not good, not good. Next we had the Air Jordan 12 Twist colorway, which was just a red metallic colorway on it. $190 US for them on the 24th of July. Moving on to our final page of recent releases, we have the Converse collaborated with Rick Owens for the meme shoe of the year, the Dark Shadow Turbo Dark All-Star 70s. They came in either a low in the white or a high in the black. Low whites were $165 USD, the high blacks were $170 USD. I like the black high top ones. They both released on the 27th of July 2021. Wow, I can't believe that we're here. We've reached peak meme shoe, and we've reached as high as it can probably go. But I could be proven wrong. They could release a shoe that's even, I guess, more meme worthy. Next, we have the women's Nike Dunk High Pandas, a nice, simple black and white colorway, but with a red Nike branding on the tongue. They released for $110 USD on the 27th of the 7th. Next, we had Nike and Undercover collaborate for a basketball collection, and they did a Dunk High as part of that collection, and did it in a new silhouette. So there's the Nike Dunk High, Nike Dunk Low, etc., etc. Now with this Undercover collab, there's the Nike Dunk 1985, which is a high top, slightly different from the Nike Dunk Highs. Wouldn't be able to tell you the exact differences, but there are differences there. They released it in a UBA colorway, I think, which stands for United Basketball Association, correct? Very nice colorway. I liked the what's it called? The splattered like paint look on the midsole. They do it all the time on basically all their Nike collabs, and you know, I'm a huge sucker for Undercover. Love Jun Takahashi's work, so of course I was gonna love this. It was bound to happen. Next, the biggest collab probably of the year, or at least one of them, is the Travis Scott Fragment Air Jordan 1 High OGs in the Fragment Blue colorway. Apparently this colorway is inspired by a unreleased Air Jordan 1 colorway that was teased back in 1985 or 1986. The colorway is alright. I don't mind the collaboration too much. I actually think it's okay. Problem is that the resale price on them is now like thousands of dollars, but they retailed for $200 US on the 29th of July. And if I could have picked them up for retail, I wouldn't have minded them, but I'm definitely not paying that ridiculous price on those. Moving on, we had New Balance collaborating with Jaden Smith to do some Vision races. They released in two colorways, and they both released on the 30th of July. They released for $150 US, and the two colorways we got was the Trippy Summer Jade or the Trippy Summer Storm Blue. They're slightly different. The silhouette looks better now that they're focusing less on like that, because they released like an all flashy pink colorway before, which didn't look too good, but I like this. This is way more tasteful with the colorways. Hopefully they can fine tune it a bit more and get some more tasteful colorways coming out in this model, because the model itself I actually don't think is like too terrible. That sounds rough. Too bad. Not horrible. I'll leave it there. Next we had the Nike Ambush Dunk High Flash Limes. Look, I love the silhouette, Yoon. I love the silhouette. You've done an amazing job recreating the Dunk High, but please don't do floral colors like this. I think they look gross. Well, Volt. Don't do Volt colors like this. I think it's gross. You did handle the colorway very, very well by choosing a very dark swoosh for contrasting and dark branding in general. Please stick to those awesome colors you were doing, and you teased us a Chicago colorway of this model. I want to see that because that looks sick. I don't want to see these colorways. Not that she's going to see this video at all, but you know, that's how I feel. That's how I feel about that one. Moving on, we have that the Nike Dunk High First Use Reds released for $120 US on the 31st of the 7th. We had the women's Nike Dunk Low Lime Ice released for $100 US on the 31st of the 7th. We had the Nike SB Para Dunk Low Pro Abstract Arts released for $110 US on the 31st of July. A very nice colorway as well there. Moving on, we had the Yeezy Foam Runner release again on the 2nd of August for $80 USD in an Orca or a cream clay. Didn't feel either of the colorways on this one actually. The silhouette is just not really my flavor. Next we had the New Balance Joe Fresh Goods 990 V3 Outside Clothes colorway. They're just such whack colorways with New Balance, aren't they? For $220 US, and they released on the 5th of July. Next we had the New Balance Levi's 992s in a grey, released for $250 USD on the 6th of August. These were nice, these were tasteful, I actually quite like these. Next we had the second Nike Undefeated Dunk vs Air Force One pack, which is the 5 on it, the name of the pack. And of course, they released a pair of Air Force Ones Dunks on the 6th of July. And our last, but not least, recent release for this whole time period is the Air Jordan 4 Lightnings. They released for $220 on the 7th of August. And I think they screwed up the colorway this time around because I noticed that there's gray instead of black. Because if I remember correctly, the original Lightning 4s had black on them. Tell me if I'm wrong in that comment section below, but I'm pretty sure that was the case. Either way, they're releasing them with gray this time around, and they released them on the 7th of the 8th. But bam! That is the recent releases in the streetwear, fashion, and sneaker world. We can now start talking about some upcoming releases after we cover some streetwear and fashion and sneaker news and rumors. But let's move into section 5, guys, and start covering exactly that. Now, okay, wow, I can't believe that we actually got past section 4. I feel like it'll just go on forever, right? This is why I need to do it weekly, so it's not like, so guys, in the comment section below, we need to get going, you know, do episode 20 right after episode 19, so I stay on it, so recent releases isn't like 2 hours long. Let's move into section 5 now, which is streetwear and fashion news and rumors. So what's been going on over the past 2 months? Well, I'll tell you what's been going on for the past 2 months. People have been buying virtual Gucci bags in Roblox and paying more money than it costs to actually get the real thing. I am not joking. Yes, virtual versions of a Gucci bag were sold for more than the retail price of the physical bag. Yep, just give it up. I've just given up. Where's the will to live after this? Oh, jeez. People just have too much money. Donate some to me, donate some to charities. Don't buy virtual Gucci bags on Roblox. Next, we have that Vetements has started a new sub-label, which is spelt exactly the same way as Vetements spelt, but with no vowels in it, so you cut out the E's. And that's actually it. You just cut out the E's. And do you know what's really significant about this? Absolutely nothing. It looks exactly the same as the old Vetements seasons. I am interested in doing a top 5 video though on my favorite looks from this new sub-label's new season. So let me know in the comment section below if you want me to do that, but I will definitely be looking to do that in the next week. Hopefully, no promises there though. Next we have that Travis Scott and Dior collaborate for the Spring-Summer 2022 season. So yes guys, the upcoming season for Dior has been showcased, and Travis Scott had his hand in the pot, or the creative pot, for this season. I haven't actually looked through the lookbook or anything like that, but the internet blew up when this released. I'm actually kind of keen to see what it releases in there. Some of it actually looked quite tasteful. And, you know, when you first hear that, a lot of people are like, oh, a rapper collaborating with a high-end brand. This can't be good. I don't know. I have some faith in Travis to do, like, a good job in this. I'm just gonna have to look at it and see, but that's some big news that we had to talk about on the channel. Next, moving on, we have that Frank Ocean started his own fashion brand dubbed Homer. At least I think it's called Homer. He'll mainly be working on accessories from what I hear. It's not going to be super clothing based. It's going to be like, you know, jewelry, eyewear, stuff like that. Apparently it's going to be really hard to pick up though. Like, it's not going to have physical stores or even an online store. Apparently you've got to like text him to get the link to buy things. I don't know, man. All rumors at this point. It's only been announced in the past 48 hours. So there's no confirmation on any stuff there besides that it's been made. But yeah, I just thought these were some crazy things to definitely bring up in this episode, guys. But there's probably a lot more other things that I missed out on in section 5, but that is literally all the things I've written down. Let me know if I did miss any big streetwear or fashion news pieces that happened in the past 2 months, 2-3 months that I didn't cover. But let's move into section 6 now, which is sneaker news and rumors. Now moving into section 6, guys, we have sneaker news and rumors between 17th of May the 8th of August. Kick it off with, we have that apparently we are getting new Dior Air Jordan 1s coming. Yes, the first collaboration is not the last collaboration. We are going to apparently be getting an all-white colorway, a Chicago colorway, a Royals colorway. Whenever I hear that there's going to be an upcoming collab and the Chicago colorway is listed, always have my doubts though, because Jordan Brand is very protective of the Chicago colorway. They don't want to overdo it, because that is, I guess, the most sought after colorway for the Air Jordan 1. I mean, I don't know if you guys agree, but I would say that this colorway is definitely one of the most sought after ones, if not the most sought after colorway of the Air Jordan 1. So I don't know how solid this leak is, but maybe they're giving Dior the chance to use the Chicago colorway. We're just gonna have to see. Next we have that Travis Scott's personal DJ Chase B, was seen wearing a sample pair of his recently released Fragment High Air Jordan 1s. What was interesting about this sample is that instead of having the small Lightning logo on the back of it, it was a huge one. It was massive. It almost looks fake. And then if it wasn't Chase B wearing them, you'd probably call them fake. But then you're like, actually, that's Travis Scott's homie. Probably a legit pair, but it's a sample pair. I just thought it was really wild that that's such a huge logo on the back of it, you know? Moving on, we have that Kith is opening up their Hawaii store. They're opening up a flagship store within the next week, and it will have a Air Force One to come along with it, which I know a lot of you guys out there are very keen on. Understandably, their Air Force Ones are awesome. We've covered the release of most of them on the channel. I'm definitely keen to see how this Air Force One shapes up, as we've only got one photo of it so far. So whenever we get more news about it, I'll definitely let you guys know. Now, moving into one of the big pieces of news that we have to talk about in this episode, Kanye Stews Walmart over some fake Yeezy slides. So there was this whole issue, or at least fake Yeezy foam runners. What happened is that Walmart sued Kanye because the Yeezy Gap logo looked too much like the Walmart logo. To be fair, they were right. It actually did look very, very similar. Then, because Walmart has, from what I know, a third-party side of their store where people can submit things to be sold through Walmart's channels, someone was selling fake Yeezys through Walmart's channels, and Kanye was like, okay, bro, you're getting sued. Now, I don't know if these lawsuits are going to be completed and, going through all, go through all the legal processes. I reckon they'll just, fix it in the back end. They'll just, exchange some cash, say, sorry for copying your logo, sorry for selling fake Yeezys on our site, we won't do it again, and bing bang boom, that'll be it. I don't think it'll actually get into a full-blown lawsuit, but what do I know? Maybe there's more at stake here. Either way, yeah, I thought that was pretty crazy. What a wild thing, Walmart sues Kanye first, then Kanye retaliates with a lawsuit. Okay, bro, just finished Donda already. Don't worry about suing Walmart. Oh well, who knows, guys. Either way, that is all the sneaker news and rumors that I have for us. Let me know if I missed out on anything during those past 2 months there. But we'll move on over now to our final two sections, which is section 7, which is upcoming streetwear and fashion releases. Section 7, guys. Upcoming streetwear and fashion releases from the 9th of August to the 15th of August. What do we have? Not actually a lot. I couldn't actually find a lot that is releasing in this time period, but obviously we have week 2 of Palace's Autumn 2021 collection. We are getting the Adidas collab this week. I don't think we're getting any seasonal items because just the sheer number of Adidas pieces in this collab would literally be a full week for Palace, so I think it's just the collab. I'm not going to speak too much about it because I will obviously cover it in a drop list video. But yeah, pretty wild that the second week is the collab week. Moving on, we have one of the big topics that we have to talk about in today's video, which is that Fragment Designs, Hiroshi Fujiwara's design collective, is collaborating with Jordan Brand to release some merch this Friday, because a certain low-cut version of a certain sneaker is also releasing on that day. There's some cool print pieces, nothing too crazy here. It's really just lightning bolt with some Michael Jordan plastered on some pieces. But hey, if you like that type of stuff, It's coming out this Friday allegedly as well, and I think there is some listings on Nike's online store at the moment, so it is kind of confirmed there. Next, we also had on the 9th of the 8th, which has passed, unfortunately. I think it's the 10th now, so it has been released, but it is releasing this week. We had Kith release a Purposes t-shirt Monday program, and it featured a bunch of cool prints on just some nice white tee. A very nice, simple little Monday program this week, which some of you have been requesting I cover in Streetwear Talk videos again, and I will try and do that again as soon as I can. But that is all of the upcoming streetwear and fashion releases I have that are releasing this week. Definitely let me know in that comment section below if I missed out on any, but let's move into section 8, our final section. Have a look at the upcoming sneaker releases that are releasing in that same time period. Now, moving into our last section, guys, section 8, upcoming sneaker releases. We have between the 9th of August and the 15th of August. To kick it off with, we have one of the biggest releases of the year, which is the off-white Nike Dunklow the 50. These released individually for, they said $180 US on StockX, but from memory it was $150 originally. I don't know if we can get some confirmation on that. They all released on the 9th of the 8th in Europe, I think it was. I think that's why it says 180 on StockX. I think in the US it is 150 USD that you guys are getting. How do I feel about the 50? Look, it's a cool design concept. The idea of literally representing the literal meaning of off-white to like 50 colorways of Dunklows. You know, it's off-white, the color in between black and white. So number 1 is all white, number 50 is black, and in between that is different colors of white from the start all the way to the black. And I think from what I know, every 10, so 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50, the materials get rougher and rougher and rougher as you go on. As I said, an awesome design concept, but from a consumer standpoint, you know, you're gonna have to spend like $7,500 to $10,000 US retail just to pick up all 50 pairs. And then you're gonna have to make sure that you pick up all 50 pairs, have all of them as like a part of the pack. I think it's just unrealistic for any consumer to actually be able to like buy them all. But I think as a design concept, it's a cool little thing that Virgil has done with Nike here. It's not going to be well received by everyone that buys it because, you know, they can't buy all 50, and a lot of the colorways aren't going to work well without owning all the other ones. But I don't know. Cool that Nike was like, yeah, sure, do 50 colorways of our Dunklow. That's wild. They gave him so much creative freedom here. Anyway, they released on Monday as a surprise drop, I think it was. We'll move on to another collab, which is that Nike and Sakai collaborated on some more blazer lows. I'm in like a British tan, which is brown and red from memory. They retailed for $120 US, and they're gonna drop on the 10th of 8th. Next, we have that Vans and is it Jound? Is that how you pronounce it? JJJ Jound. They are collaborating on the 10th of August on some skate mids in either a black, green, or brown color. Tasteful colors, tasteful silhouette. Would have liked it in a different cut though. Next we have that Nike is releasing a Dunklow SE Sail multi-camo. This weird Dunklow with this multi-camo on different parts of the shoe. They're releasing those for $110 US on the 11th of August. We're getting a women's Air Jordan 1 OG Seafoam releasing for $100 US on the 12th of August. I don't mind the colorway too much, but it comes with these whack-ass laces with like a red trim on them. I would personally just put white laces in them or cream laces, and they would look 1,000 times better than the stock factory laces they come with. But I'm hoping that them being an Air Jordan 1, there's alternate laces that come with them. Next, we're getting the Fragment Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 lows releasing for $130 US. $150 US on the Friday, the 13th of August. This will be the same time the clothing is releasing. I like the lows as well as the highs. I'm unsure on which one I prefer more when it comes to these Fragment ones that they've done this time around. But good luck to everyone looking to pick one up this Friday, because I think the bots are going to get to them like always. And then on the 14th, which is the Saturday, we're getting the Air Jordan 1 Pollens, or the, I think should be more appropriately called the Air Jordan 1 Wu-Tangs. The Killer Bees colorway or something like that. Because it's literally the Wu-Tang, Dunks, but on the Air Jordan 1s. And I'm happy to see this color combo. I love it. I would love to pick them up. They're just super sick. It's a super sick colorway. It's releasing for $170 US, and it's releasing this Saturday. Let me know how you feel about it, guys. But that is it. That is all the upcoming sneaker releases and all the sections of the podcast that I wanted to cover. Let me know if I missed out on any of the upcoming releases in the sneaker world down in that comment section below. Oh my god, guys. I don't know if you can tell by my voice. Basically gone after speaking for like almost 2 hours. I mean, 2 hours in recording time. It's going to be a lot different when I edit and upload it, but yeah, I am really happy to just say that I have completed episode 19. I didn't think it was ever going to happen, but here we are. I've done it. We've covered some big topics over the past 2 months of releases. Things like Travis Scott collaborating with DIOR, Kanye suing Walmart, Walmart suing Kanye. We've covered Fragment collaborating with Jordan Brand and Travis Scott. I want to hear about all your thoughts and opinions on any of the releases, anything we've mentioned in this video, down in that comment section below. And if you guys want me to keep doing these podcast episodes every week, please, I want to see it in that comment section below. Let me know by giving me a like on this video, comment in that comment section down below, or the best indicator you can give me is subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit that new subscriber milestone this month in August of 3,045 subscribers. Hopefully with your guys' continuous support, we can reach that milestone. Well, that's all I gotta say in episode 19, guys. So much to cover there. I'm keen to try and get this series back on track for episode 20. I'll hopefully try and get that done this weekend. So yeah, let me know how you feel about anything mentioned in this episode. And until episode 20, until the next Streetwear Talk video, until the next Sneaker Talk video, guys, I'll catch you later.